Hi, what's up guys? This is Darren from Fast Track Property, where I transform your lives and improve your destination. Today, I'd like to take a moment to just speak to you about some questions that I actually gotten for the past 10 weeks during the circuit breaker. And one of the main questions that came up repeatedly was this: how did I do it? How did I move from a 4-room HDB flat to a landed property in 5 years? Alright, so this strategy I'm going to share with you today is going to be amazing yet simple, that I believe that every one of you and anyone, you could use your present property today to use this strategy, and those of you looking for your first property could also have that in mind while looking for your first property. Okay, so before I go on, please just help me out to smash the like button. Alright, subscribe to the channel because you will really help me out and this channel so that there are more people that will be able to view it and enjoy this too. Alright, as all of you know that I do not come from a wealthy family, I'm from the average family. After all my other failed businesses, I entered the real estate industry back in 2005 at the age of 25 years old. After practicing for a few years, it really hit me really hard when I realized that I had to keep exchanging my time for money. And to make things worse, I do not have the employer's CPF to leverage on, and I have no CPF contribution for that matter, right? Everything was really just dependent on me, right? So what I only had was this crazy idea of wanting to own multiple properties in Singapore, and I kept asking myself, how best can I fasten this pace instead of taking the long road? Therefore, before buying my very first property back in 2012, I spoke to my wife, or I just communicated with her the dreams that I had, the ideas that I wanted to do, and whether she was willing to join me in this adventure, alright, in pursuance of owning multiple properties in Singapore. So the dream was big, and all it did was to take the first step, alright? And if you're thinking it's not what it is not going out there and looking for your first property, right? The first step to do is to actually communicate this idea to your loved one, your spouse, him or her, and getting their support. Because I've seen so many couples having a lot of disagreements, in fact, alright, and a lot of tensions being built up when two parties are not aligned, alright, and more often than not, when one party backs down, alright, and gives in to just have peace in the family, that goals and dreams will never be fulfilled. So the second step is this: I call it the real estate hack. Alright, so when I bought my property back in 2012, I knew that this is not going to be my end goal. It's going to be used to fast track my property journey to reach my dreams and goals, right? Therefore, when I bought this property, it's more of a reverse thought process. I'll be looking more of great amenities, great transportation, whereby a place where tenants step into the property, alright, they are so spoiled that they're going to continue renting from me for the next 2 to 5 years. The third step for you is to open a joint end account. Do not open a joint or account. What is the difference? A joint end account, you need 2 persons to make withdrawals from this account. And this is so important because history has shown that many of us do not have the discipline. When we see a large amount of money in the account, we tend to have some ideas to buy the things that you have been looking at it for a long time, and you tell yourself, it's fine, we can always receive that in a couple of months in terms of the rental, right? But this is a lot of discipline. Do not do that, right? Communicate with your spouses and your partners to be steadfast in your property journey, okay? What you want to apply then on top of that is to apply only for you to check the balances and nothing else. For step 4, what you have to do is to transfer all the monies, have the tenants transfer all their rental monies and deposit into this same account, okay? For step 5, continue to pay your installments in cash. Do not use your CPF as much as you can, all in cash. And then you thought of it. Step 6, it's time to celebrate because you've done it, you have sacrificed, you have made that adjustment, and now you're sitting on a lot of money in that account. Now, how much is it going to be? Let me just share with you and break down to you my journey of what I did for the past 5 years. Okay, so what I did when I bought my property, you can see it on the screen right now, is at block 505 in Tampines. This is a 4-room HDB flat. All right, as you can see from the map, it's very near to amenities. You have coffee shops around the area, great transportation. There are 2 MRT lines just in front of the property, right? Across the road, I think it's less than 2 minutes walk, you will actually reach the three malls, okay? So what I did, I already didn't spend much money on a renovation. I just gave it a coat of paint, all right, for the tenants. I installed ceiling fan with light for them, installed air conditionings, and that was it, right? My investment in all this took me, I think, less than $3,000. All right, and I started to rent out the place. Now, Back to the very first point, why it's so important to convey this idea and thoughts to your partner is because me and my wife sacrificed a lot. All right. Why I say a lot is because we did the unimaginable things is that we actually lived in the common room. Okay, we lived in the common room because renting out the master room, we could actually get better rental. So immediately in the first month after we got our property, we listed out for $1,800. All right, it was perfect because the tenants continue to stay in the property for the next 2 to 5 years. All right, and in 5 years we received $108,000. All right, so this is just perfect for me because my seed money to pay for my next property basically was actually paid by this property on top of whatever work I was doing for my real estate career, on top of whatever work my wife was doing in her business, right? This was an additional fund that the property produced for me, and it was not my personal hard work. All right, so this was just amazing for me, and I think it could really help you in your journey too. Presently, we still own this property, right? It is now, because it's after 5 years, I could lease out the whole unit. It is now generating for us $36,000 a year. Okay, so I hope that this tip is going to enable you to fast track your property journey. All right, do remember to just like the video, subscribe to the channel, and speak to you soon.